It's definitely nice seeing you in person, not at a funeral. It's good to see her in one piece. I hope you don't mind, but I left Charlotte with Tiffany today.
Can I ask why you left Charlotte with Tiffany instead of just bringing her to see me today?
Well, I figured you might not be ready to see her. You did tell me not to bring her to you until, 5 days from now?
Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Is that still the plan? 5 days from now? And then you'll have her full time, and how many days again do I get to see her?
It is the plan, but in terms of like how many days you get after that, like moving forward, I am not really in the space to think about stuff. Maybe we could talk about that some other time, like when you drop her off.
Why can't we talk about it now, since I'm here? I know you had something else you wanted to talk to me about, but I do think figuring out how many days I get her post the tragedy should be discussed, no?
It should be discussed, just not right now. I had something else I wanted to talk to you about.
Alright. So what did you want to talk to me about, Miranda? What would you call me here for?
Okay, well, I have on good authority. It just all makes sense to me when I think about it. And I want to tell you this like clear-headed and honest, not to cause problems or whatever, instigate. I'm saying this from a genuine place. I think your family had something to do with Junior's death.
That's a lot to spring on me, Miranda. And where are you getting this? Is it because of the kidnapping again? The whole, you still think the priest was put up to it by my uncle? And now you think what? He did that to Junior? Can I just, I'm not going to get upset. Can I just ask, what would be his motive to get rid of your son? Your son has no attachment to me. It's no benefit to my uncle to get rid of him.
I have been thinking about it long and hard, okay? And I know it sounds crazy, but I really think I nailed it after having this idea come to me. All your uncle ever does is curate his image for his business. I'd hate to call his Institute of Faith a business, but that's what it is. Okay, his likeness, people turn to him for purity, for, this guy is awesome. He has no flaws. He raises his family so perfectly. Sure, he admits to some flaws, but nothing that would make you dismiss what he's telling you every Sunday. And you as his nephew have me, his ex-girlfriend, who has a child with him out of wedlock. But not only that, I had a child with someone else, and that ties me to Joey. Get rid of the thing that ties me to Joey. Now I'm only your ex-girlfriend's baby mother, who you could potentially marry one day and fix everything, and there's no ugly baggage. Sweep Junior under the rug before people focus on him. Send a message to whoever he needs to send a message to. It makes sense, Brian.
My uncle does have a knack for creating a public image for his family. But getting rid of human beings in an effort to do that, that's some James Bond stuff, Miranda. I think, and please don't get upset when I say this, I think your grief is forcing you into this realm where you're trying to find answers. And sometimes we don't get them right away, so we make up our own.
It's not my grief. I'm not hallucinating, and I'm not seeking answers like that. I have made my bed with Maybe the killer will never get caught, even if it is your uncle, but I believe my mother-in-law when she brings me this information. I believe what she told me, and it all lines up. There were no other suspects. Who else would get rid of my son like that? It's not Joey's Melissa. It's just not. I know it's not.
So now you trust your former mother-in-law. Because why? She's in a position of power now? Because it's another thing that grief can do, Miranda, and I'm not trying to mansplain grief to you, but Stockholm Syndrome, you're alone, you have no support system, no one. Obviously, your former mother-in-law walks into your life and you have these conversations and she plants things in your head, you're going to think it's true. But this is why you need more people in your life.
Please don't make me out to be crazy. The way your uncle spoke to me the few times that we spoke, there is something wrong there. And I don't know how you don't see it. I'm not the only one that says this. And the business that he runs, it's just, it all lines up, Brian. I'm not saying this to like hate on you or your family. I'm not. I'm worried that, I mean, when you let him babysit Charlotte, I know it went well, but come on. Can you please open your eyes just a little bit and have some critical thinking? If I take it from me, who has a mother in jail, you don't always know family, Brian.
And my uncle sounds like a villain. He does. And I've said this before. But he wouldn't hurt anyone. He's a man of God. He goes on that stage every weekend after the preaching is done and he speaks to the people. He wouldn't hurt a fly. I believe that. What? What's the face about? You really expected me to come here today and you were going to tell me that my uncle got rid of your son and you expected me to just believe you with little to no evidence. I would much rather wait until a police officer said that to us. But I don't think that's going to happen. Whoever did this to your son on Gabby's wedding day is a sicko. Deranged. My uncle's a family man. And at the end of the day, he wanted you to be part of the family. He kind of wants us back together. Why would he, if he wants us back together, why the hell would he do something like this?
I already told you what his motive would be. It's like you're not listening. I told you, and there's evidence. There's a little bit of evidence.
I don't want to argue with you, so what's your evidence? Give me some strong evidence to believe this.
Line this up. Put the clues together here. Salvatore, who was catering Gabby's wedding, disappeared at 9:45 p.m. when everything happened with Junior. He took a cigarette break. And no one can explain his whereabouts at that time. And then, coincidentally, he starts working with your family. Is he going to be the next fall guy? Or did he actually do it? It's that not evidence. It's there not something there.
Alright, I'll give you that one. Sal did disappear during the wedding, from what I heard. And now suddenly he's working for my family, who's had an issue with apparently Joey's family, right? Do you, as a full-grown woman, a very intellectual, college-educated, great mom, full-grown woman, do you believe, if you were me, that's enough evidence to think that my uncle killed your son?
I just don't know how to give you critical thinking when it comes to your uncle, because you have blinders on. It's like Joey with his mother back in the day. And part of me just wishes you could see his true colors, because I'm a good judge of character. I have a radar for this stuff at this point. And just the way he spoke to me like I was trash. I know you say that's just his way and it wouldn't go farther than words, but this was a man who also teamed up with my mom to take custody from me. That's action. That's not just words.
I'm sorry, but this man, saved my life. I was gonna go to jail for the rest of my life. If not for him, for what I did to my dad. To save my mom. Well, her memory. My uncle has always been there for me. I can't see him doing that to my ex-girlfriend's baby's mother's kid. I think your mother-in-law has her own agenda.
Let me ask you this. What would be my former mother-in-law's motive for lying about your uncle? What does she gain from that? Me and her said our goodbyes. We were done with one another, and she came to me to give me a warning. That seems pretty genuine. She's at the top of the food chain in this town. She doesn't even have to, look at me.
Maybe she doesn't want you to like my family. Maybe she doesn't want you to like me. Maybe she wants to cause a rift between us, so that maybe you run back to her son. And please don't get offended when I say this, but you run back to her son, you have a couple more kids with him, and she has grandkids again. There's no reason for her to support you liking me and my family. It only benefits her family if you get back with her kid. And you can start your family over. I know that's a morbid thought, but
I want you to bring Charlotte to me today. I want her back today.
today?
Yeah. I'm terrified of having her in this home. I really am. Because no matter how many locks I put on the windows and the doors, I still think there's someone in here right now. But I would much rather her in my arms than not in my arms.
Miranda, mentally I was preparing for 5 days from now. Why are you getting so worried? What's up?
I don't trust your family. I don't know what their intentions are at this point anymore. I don't trust them, Brian.
Miranda, Charlotte is my family's miracle baby. They love her now. You don't have to worry about my family with her. They've been offering you their support. I've been offering you my support. Don't listen to your mother-in-law. My family would not hurt our baby. I mean that. How many days am I going to get my daughter when I give her back to you? I need to know now before I leave.
I'll give you 3 days custody. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you just bring her to me now.
3. You're gonna give me 3 days out of the week to see my daughter. You're lying to me. I know about the house in New York. What's that about, Miranda? Let's talk about it.
I don't know what you're talking about, Brian. I just offered you 3 days. You wanted that, right? I don't know what else you're talking about.
Are you gonna move my daughter away and not tell me? Am I gonna give her to you in 5 days and you're gonna disappear? Because I can't have that. I don't want to be the villain. I'm talking to you, and I'm trying to talk to you in a civil way and do the right thing here. I love Charlotte with all my heart. I will die for this baby. So please don't lie to me. You're not giving me 3 days. You're telling me that. So I go away today and then I give you back Charlotte. That's why you want Charlotte today, right?
I don't know what you want me to say, Brian. I'm offering you everything that you wanted. I don't know what else you want me to say at this point.
You're making this hard for me, Miranda. And I really wish you weren't. Because in 5 days, I hope we have this figured out. Until then, my family did nothing to your son. My family did not kidnap Charlotte. It was a crazed priest. I don't know who burglarized your home. Maybe it was the killer. I don't know. But please do not think that my family did that to your son, because it's not true. Try to see who your sources are. Your toxic former mother-in-law, who's now running the town in a mafia. You know, I heard she wants to get rid of HIPAA laws. That's who you're trusting? Come on. I'm gonna go now, Miranda. Don't make the Charlotte stuff another custody thing. Let's co-parent. Lean on me. Lean on my family. We're here for you.